Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Look, I got my hair cut. Just one. I just got one haircut. That is like the stupidest joke in the entire world. When there's this like one guy in my neighborhood. He's like probably 97 or something. He's so sweet, but like he'll be like, "Did you get your hair cut?" And I'll say, "Yeah." And he'll go, "Which one?" He just thinks it's the funniest thing in the entire world. It's kind of like when I tell the chicken butt joke. Guess what? A chicken butt. Guess why? Chicken die. I think those jokes are so silly, so stupid, and so dumb. I also love the joke, and when you say it to like a kid that's never heard it before, it cracks me up. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. I love that joke so much. I love just like silly, stupid jokes. But anyway, yeah, I got my hair cut today. I'm very, very tired, you guys. I have no idea what time I am going to vlog or how long this vlog will be. It could be like 10 minutes. It could be 2 hours. I have no idea. Because, number one, I'm fading. I was going to film videos. So I filmed a drama channel video late last night and had it ready to post today. So I posted it while we were at brunch. And then I came home and I did a haul in the kitchen. And then I did a review right after that, and those are uploading as we speak. And I was like, okay, I want to do a Petersman's video, I want to do a book tube. I was like, you know what? You're tired. Half the world's already on vacation. Just, you got 4 or 5 videos up. Well, what is this? 4 videos total. You know, that's enough for the day. Take the rest of the day off. Vlog, take the rest of the day off. Relax with your husband. Take tomorrow off for Thanksgiving and enjoy it with your family, and then come back on Friday for a light launch, a soft launch is that what we call it. So on Friday I will be back, but I don't know. Somebody's like loading up their car and everything. Hey, how are you? Hi. Somebody's like loading up their car over here. I don't know. Like, it looks like they're going out of town for the weekend. It looks like somebody's picking up Grandma and Grandpa because Grandma is carrying their grandchild right now and they're loading up the car and stuff like that. It's funny, like my neighborhood, like I feel like a third of the neighborhood's gone because they're snowbirds like I was talking about. But then like everybody else, because it's mostly grandparents in here, they have like family visiting them. So this is strange that they're like picking up Grandma and Grandpa to go out of town or to go somewhere. Because the majority, hey, how are you? Good. It's so beautiful, isn't it? But there's like a lot of people that like are having like kids come to visit from out of town and stuff like that. So it's very active in this neighborhood today. There's been a lot of walkers and stuff. So I have had a busy day. Oh, this is what I was going to say. I don't know how long or how short this is going to be because, number one, I'm very tired. I'm fading. That being said, that never stops me from talking, and I could probably talk for 2 hours. Maybe 3 hours and 19 minutes, and this will be the longest vlog I ever do, but I doubt it. So that's part of it, is that I'm kind of fading a little bit, and I just want to relax. But the second part is that Alex was going to come home from work early. He was going to work from home the later part of the afternoon. He said he was going to come home between, because I asked him if he wanted to go to brunch with us, and he was like, no, I'm going to stay at work and get some stuff done. So he said he was going to leave between 3 and 4, and he hasn't left yet. So when he lets me know that he's on his way home or he's getting close to being home, or he gets home, I will probably stop vlogging at that time. So, I mean, he's like 25 minutes away from right now, and he hasn't left work yet. So, I've got at least 25 or 30 minutes in me. I have all the candles lit inside. I have the Bath & Body Works A Perfect Christmas from last year lit. It's almost down at the very bottom, like right in the front door when you come in. And then I have this cinnamon candle that it's like glass. It's big. It's like this big. It's like white glass, but the outside of it looks like a honeycomb. It's really, really cool. And it's cinnamon honey. Honey. Sugar. Honey, honey. And then I have the 3 candles, the Christmas trio from that Santa's Natures that I love, that I did the review on. If you want to go buy those, I did the review over there. It's an affiliate link, so I do make a little bit of money over there, but that's all disclosed appropriately over in that video. But everybody's always like, you should disclose, well, disclose, obviously you should do that. But everybody's always like, you should, you know, link more things. People would buy them, whatever. It doesn't really take that much more effort to put like one link in there. But just even like planning it out and everything like that. Like these people that like their entire videos are about linking affiliate links and selling stuff. I'm just like, doesn't it get so tiring for you guys? Like like, when I've done filming the video, like, that's the last thing that I want to do is, like, find the link, set the link up, do that. You know what I mean? It's like, now, I mean, I guess I get why they don't disclose affiliate links, but it's still illegal. They have to, right? Like, if I can do it off of one item, that they can do it off of 38, you know? But when I do it, I'm just kind of like, these people have to be making mass amounts of money because this is like extra effort that I wouldn't want to put. I mean, it's not like super simple, right? I mean, it takes, I don't know, maybe like extra 5 or 10 minutes. But hey, I got things to do. I got audiobooks to listen to. Speaking of audiobooks, I finished last night. I listened to it very quickly. The Saturday Night Ghost Club. I went back and I'd started it and I went back and listened to it. So I finished the 2 books for True Crime Book Club, the September and October book. I finished the first book for November for Peter's Book Club, which is called Bored to Death. I liked it. A lot of people said that they, well, not a lot. I saw that there were like not great reviews in the book, and somebody commented on my booktube video and said, well, this book only got like 1 star, a 1-star rating or 1 rating, that's all I need to know. I actually thought it was pretty good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I thought for like a first book in a series, I mean, let's just be for real, like, most cozy mysteries are not like the literature giants of the world. They're cozy mysteries, okay? Let's just not get that deep about it. When people are like, oh, the writing is so amateur, I'm like, it's a cozy mystery. Like, you kind of expect that, right? I mean, some of them are pretty good, actually. Like, Jana DeLeon, she's just like naturally talented, but like of weaving a story and character development and stuff like that, she's just so naturally good at it. But most of them, I mean, listen, if you're looking for grammatical errors and things like that, I mean, even like, you know, somebody saying the wrong name, you're gonna find that. They're cozy mysteries, okay? They're like Harlequin romances. They're not like super deep, you know? So it always kills me when you go to like a cozy mystery and you see a review and it's like, I didn't really like the character development in this book and there was no climax and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, okay, this is not, we're not talking Pulitzer Prize winners here. We're talking cozy mysteries, you know? But I like that book, Bored to Death, by C.J. Connor. I thought it was great, and I would definitely read more in that series. I love the characters. You know, I especially loved the nuance between the main... See, now I am talking about it like it's literature. But I love the nuance between, like, the main character and his father that was sick, and that owned the game shop, and then he was going to take over the game shop, but it's like a failing game shop. I mean, it just was, like, really well done. I liked it. I have so many friends in that kind of similar situation with their parents that are sick or have dementia or something like that, or Alzheimer's, that I really related to that story a lot, you know, of like friends of mine that have had to just like set their lives aside for their families, and their parents. Like, I loved the book. I thought it was great. I thought it wasn't a 5 out of 5. It was a first attempt, you know, and it was the first book in the Cozy Mystery series. I think that's the other thing is very rarely do I read a cozy mystery series where it's like I read the first book and the first book is so good, but then second, third, and fourth are just crap. Like, that's very rare that happens. I usually read the first book and they get better after that. I still want to go back and read those Vivian Chen books about the noodle shop mysteries, but I think I'm going to go back and do that after the new year because I want to read like the Christmas cozy mysteries, of which last night, the last book that I had, there's like been a hair on my eye all day long. It's probably from when I got my hair cut. I wore this black sweater and she felt so bad because after she took off my cape, she's like washing my hair. She's like, there is, I wore my Smith's t-shirt underneath here, and then I wore this black sweater that I had worn to that thing the other night. And I was like, and I wore my shoes, my new Oxfords. I tried to, in my jeans with the holes in them. I tried to look a little cute today for going shopping with Caroline. I was so excited about going shopping and going out to brunch with Caroline today. I was like, I don't know, it just felt like the holiday spirit. There were a lot of people out. It just was like a fun day. I don't know, so I was real excited about it. But I finished last night that, so I had a list of books that I wanted to finish before I started my Christmas Cozy Mysteries. So I finished last night very quickly the Saturday Night Ghost Club. It's definitely like a middle grade book. It's not what I thought it would be at all. I thought it would be like a group of kids like Stranger Things that were solving a mystery, instead of it being like several different mysteries they were solving all around, centered around his uncle that owned this occult store. It just totally was not what I thought it would be at all. And even if I had read it, because I like got it to read during Halloween, I still don't think I would have liked it. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. And that was because it was an attempt and I liked the cover of it. But other than that, I just didn't think it was that great. It's like, takes a lot for me to give a book like that poor of a rating. It wasn't like written horribly or anything, I just had no interest in it whatsoever. Maybe that was because I was ready to get into the cozy mysteries, but I really don't think so. Like, I kept on asking myself, like, if you read this in the summer, because it takes place in summer, or if you had read this over Halloween, would you have liked this book anymore? And I don't think I would. So now I have started my first Christmas cozy mystery, and I was going to start God Rest Ye Murdered Gentlemen by Vicki Delaney, which is the second book for November for Peter's Book Club, but I know that I'm going to, like, just peel right through these Christmas cozy mysteries. So I've been waiting to read the next book in the Christmas Tree Farm Murders mysteries by Jacqueline Frost. I think she's with a new publisher now. So her newest book just came out. It's the fourth one in the series, and I haven't read it. I've read the other three, and it's called Stalking Around the Christmas Tree. So I started it last night. I'm literally like 6 minutes into the book. I just started it because I was like, I want to say that I've started this book so that tomorrow I can like get into it and listen to like an hour. So I've got, because you know I listen to it like 2 times speed. I've got, well, I guess the narrator's slow because I'm listening to it at 2 times 5 speed. And I've got 3 hours and 30 minutes left. And then after that one, I'm going to listen to the Vicki Delaney book. And I hope that I like that series. So between now and Christmas, it is all Christmas cozy mysteries. I have like 2 Christmas romances. The Heartbridge County or whatever, those Heartbridge mysteries are like, I have them already. I've already purchased them on Audible. Hold on. One's called Merry Christmas Cupid by N.R. Walker, and it's a woman. They're always written by women. I actually think they're pretty well done. And the second one is called The Christmas Wish List by N.R. There are 3 in a series, but they're not like, you could read each of them like, you know, standalones because they're different stories. The first one I read last year, it was called like Candy Cane Christmas or something like that. I can't remember. Here, let's look and see. Okay, title details. Book 2 in the Heartbridge Christmas. Let's see what the other books are. Oh, Tic Tac Mistletoe. I read that last year. And it's about this guy that's moving here from Australia to move to be with his sister. And his plane can't land in like Iowa or wherever she lives, or Idaho. So he lands in like Montana in Heartbridge. He drives through Heartbridge and his car gets stuck in this blizzard that they're having. So he has to go stay in this guy's cabin with his dog. It's so cheesy that it's cute. But, trigger warning for those of you that can't handle the romanticals. There's a little bit of romanticals in there, but it's not like specific, like he's doing the deed, none of that kind of stuff. It's just like they woke up and he brought him hot chocolate in bed the next day. Is that what y'all think the gays do? That we like have romanticals and then the next day like Alex is bringing me hot chocolate in bed and a stack of catalogs to order stuff. I mean, I'm sure that there are, but some out there. I mean, there's all types, right? But I wouldn't say that's us. First of all, I mean, I like a good cup of hot chocolate every once in a while, but I prefer coffee. You know, a hot cup of coffee. Number 1. Number 2. I can't really remember the last time that I took Alex a cup of coffee or he brought me a cup of coffee. Like, I can't remember the last time. I mean, I'll be in the kitchen. I'll be like, do you want a cup of coffee or something like that? You know, like, we're very like that with each other. Like, if we're watching a show and he goes in the kitchen to get a Coke, he'll be like, do you want a Diet Coke? And I'll be like, no, or yes. Or he'll be like, do you want a glass of water or anything from the kitchen? But, like, just to, like, be in bed and be like, oh, after, you know, here's your cup of coffee. Like, I can't remember the last time. I can't remember if that's ever happened. Like, if you're setting your expectations that high for marriage, that's not what marriage is about. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now. Marriage is about getting through the tough times together and leaning on each other and being partners through life and loving that person so much that you can't live without them. You know, like, that's what really marriage is about. Marriage is not about the hot chocolate in bed after the romanticals. That's what the books are for, okay? Those books are to fill those spaces up. Not to read the book and then go, God, my husband doesn't do that. Is something wrong with us? Because, see, I used to do that. I did, you know? And Alex would always be like, you think there's like this fairy tale ending and all this? Because there's no fairy tale ending. It's just the next day we wake up and pay bills and are lucky enough to be able to afford to go out to dinner together. You know, I'm like, oh, okay. But I like the fairy tale too. That's why I watch like all the Christmas movies and the Christmas books. But so those are my plans. And then I also have one called Murder on the Christmas Express. It just came out this year. I'm going to look and see what other Christmas books just came out this year. A couple years ago, this was probably one of the best. It was like called a young adult book. I can't remember what it was called. It was so good. It's kind of like Scrooge-ish. See, I said YA Christmas book about Scrooge, but it's really not about Scrooge. It's about the ghost of Christmas, future or past or something. Oh, here it is, The Afterlife of Holly Chase. This book is so good, you guys. Let me read it to you. On Christmas 5 years ago, I guess she's 17, but she seems older in the book. 17-year-old Holly Chase was visited by 3 ghosts who showed her how selfish and spoiled she become. They tried to convince her to mend her ways. She didn't, and then she died. Now she's stuck working for the top-secret company Project Scrooge, I guess there's Scrooge in there, as their latest ghost of Christmas past. So far, well, she dies because she's at Pilates, because she's rich and famous, but her mom's not, like, in the picture, so there's always kind of like a sad piece to it, you know? And she slips something like funny. I can't, like, she slips on like a yoga mat or something. I can't remember it kind of reminds me, if you ever watched that show back in the day, Dead Like Me. I loved that show. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Now, okay, she's passed away. Now she's stuck working for the top secret company Project Scrooge as their latest ghost of Christmas past. So far, Holly's afterlife has been miserable, but this year Scrooge is different. This year Scrooge might change everything. The Afterlife of Holly Chase is a witty, poignant, and insightful novel about life, love, and seizing second or third chances. Perfect for readers who love Before I Fall or Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. I wouldn't compare them to either one. I mean, I haven't read Before I Fall, but Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, which I really like, by David Levithan, I don't know that I would compare it to that. And it's by Cynthia Hand. So for people out there that listen to my videos and I say the title and the book and the author, and then they go, what was the name of that book that he was talking about? Be kind, rewind. The book is called The Afterlife of Holly Chase, and it's by Cynthia Hand. Like this, Hand. Did you get any good mail?
Yeah.
You cooking yet for tomorrow?
What?
Are you cooking yet for tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, I've been cooking all day.
What are you making?
Pumpkin pie,
Oh, yum.
brownies.
Okay, I'm back. My neighbors started gossiping about people in the neighborhood, so I had to stop the camera. But then she like walked all the way over here and was standing up here talking to me, and she's telling me everything that she's gonna cook. And she was excited about some new catalog that she got. I was just talking about catalogs over here. She was excited about some new catalog that she got, and she was telling me like what her favorite things are to eat. And she was telling me about, I asked her if she was gonna have stuffing. She said, yeah, we're making oyster dressing, which is so funny because we're oyster stuffing. I said, oh my God, you and my mother are like the only two people. Like my mother loved oyster. She would call it oyster dressing. I said she called it dressing, not stuffing. And she goes, oh, we call it dressing too, but I didn't think anybody called it that anymore. I go, no, my mom always called it, my mom loved oyster dressing. So she said she was making that, and she was telling me about her friend, because a friend of hers had a stroke, and she like took her to the hospital, and she was in the hospital for a while, and she was telling me about how she's doing and stuff like that. So, but like literally she stood out here for like 15 minutes, and I still haven't heard from Alex, so he must not be on his way home yet. But like Alex and his girlfriends call it getting stuck, where you're like this. You just kind of zone out. At one point I was like talking to her, I was just kind of like this. She goes, are you okay? I go, I'm just so exhausted right now. I'm like zoning out. And she goes, okay. She's so sweet though. But anyway, so everybody's talking about what their big meals are going to have today or tomorrow. So yeah, so that would be a book that I would recommend for Christmas to read if you're looking for a book. I really, really liked that book. It was funny, but it was also moving. So yeah. The Afterlife of Holly Chase by, what was her name? Cynthia Hand. Something Hand. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Cynthia Hand. What is this one? This looks good. The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson. I've never heard of this book before. The Christmas Guest. Has a pretty cover on it. That's what it looks like, the cover. Is this new? Well, that's a Target. I want to see it on Amazon. Let's pull it up so we can read The Christmas Guest. Oh, The Christmas Guest. The Christmas Guest. 112 pages. It's short. Oh my God, the synopsis is like 5 paragraphs long. New York Times bestselling author Peter Swanson pens a spectacularly spine-chilling novella in which an American art student in London is invited to join a classmate for the holidays at Stavewood Hall, her family's Cotswold Manor house. But behind the holly and pine boughs, secrets are about to unravel. Revealing, I'm already bored. When did it come out? Is she new? I'm already bored by this. When did it come out, though? Is it brand new? Oh, it did. It came out October 17th of 2023. 112 pages. Well, maybe I'll listen to it on Audible. Audible, by the way, Caroline noticed when we were at brunch, is having a sale. Oh, it got 4 out of 5 stars. Okay. On 246 reviews. Caroline noticed that Audible is having a huge sale right now if you're looking for buy some books. Audible started this new thing where it's like you can have credits or you can buy the book. And some of these books that I listen to, you guys, are honestly, I didn't even know it. They're like 20, 30 upwards dollars. $36, $34. I'm like, who, like, okay, maybe you don't have a membership at Audible, so you're just buying the book to, who is buying a $34, $36 book to listen to on Audible that's 6 to 8 hours? If you're doing that, let me just tell you, a membership, would get 3 books for that price, but probably 4 books for that price. I was asking Caroline, I was like, do you ever buy like more credits? And she was like, yeah, all the time, because Caroline listens to Audible too. And I was like, do you ever buy more credits? And she was like, yeah, all the time. I was like, yeah, I do too. I said I'm a little bit more. She was asking me about Cozy Mysteries. And she was like, now what are they like? And she goes, do you think I would like them? I go, well, 'cause I was talking about starting the Christmas Cozy Mystery. I go, I've started Christmas Cozy Mysteries. I'm so excited. And she was like, do you think I would like it? Well, Caroline doesn't love Christmas anyway. I mean, she's just like, it's just a lot of work and you have to buy gifts for people and blah, 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 whatever. She's kind of like a Scrooge when it comes to Christmas a little bit, and I always get on her about it. So I was like, well, I don't know if you would like the Christmas-themed ones, but I think you might like a Cozy Mystery. And she's like, which one would you recommend? And I said, well, the Miss Fortune books are my favorite. I said, look up Louisiana Longshot and see what you think about it, because Louisiana Longshot is the first one. She goes, how many are in a series? I said, I think there's like 25 in the Miss Fortune series. I said, do you like series? And she's like, yeah. So she just like bought it, and then she's like, any other books that you would recommend? I go, yeah, Mother Daughter Murder Night. It was fantastic. I said they called it they like marketed it as a cozy mystery, but it's not a cozy mystery. It's so funny to me when people ask me about cozy mysteries, because I learned about them about 3 years ago, something like that. 4 years ago maybe. But like cozy mysteries are huge right now. Like I don't think people really get it. Like they are a huge genre. Like I mean huge. And there's like all kinds of authors that are writing cozy mysteries. I think it's kind of just that return to small town mentality. I mean, wherever, like small town England, Ireland, the United States, the South, Canada, everywhere. I mean, like, they have them take place all over the world, these cozy mysteries. And, like, whenever... Like, I always kind of compare it to Murder, She Wrote, but they're different than Murder, She Wrote. They're just... The one thing that's kind of different is that Angela Lansbury in Murder, She Wrote always kind of came across a little bit like, oh, yes, like, I have it figured out. Like, very few detectives in the cozy mysteries act like they know it all. Like, it's always kind of like they were in the middle of like one murder mystery in the first one, and they just kind of fell into it, and then like to get themselves out of it, or a family member or friend, they had to solve the mystery. And then after that, they just are then like kind of addicted to solving mysteries. So whenever a mystery comes up around them, they solve it, which of course, a lot of mysteries happen around these people. But it's not like, Angela Lansbury would go and so, oh yeah, so I think it's Mr., Colonel Mustard in the library. I mean, they're never like that. They're always like very humble, and, it's just like, they have other jobs, or librarians, or they own a bookstore. It's not like they're like out there. I mean, some of them are kind of like, well, that's not true. Like Miss Fortune and Gertie and Ida Bell, like, I mean, Miss Fortune Redding, she starts a PI investigation firm, but they don't even act like they know everything, and they're just so funny. I just love that. But so yeah, so I love the cozy mystery. So Caroline and I were talking about that. But anyway, so I stayed up way too late last night, you guys, and I knew it. I knew what I was doing. I was like, and you know what is so funny is I laid down and I fell asleep immediately, and I was like deep asleep. I almost didn't take my trazodone because it was so late. I was like, you're only gonna get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, so if you take a trazodone, whatever. And I woke up today and I was exhausted. But I have to tell you, like last night, didn't drink my sleepy time tea, just took the trazodone. I was drinking a Diet Coke, finishing up a Diet Coke. I went upstairs and laid down in our new cozy Christmas bedding, and I was out like that. I mean, literally, I was out. in like 5 minutes. I couldn't believe it. And woke up this morning. Don't even really remember Alex leaving this morning. And so yeah, so last night I watched, well, Alex and I watched the Kardashians, and then we watched 2 episodes of House of Villains. So we got caught up on all of our shows except for the Housewives. We just have the Housewives to catch up on now. And the only one that's been out this week is Salt Lake City so far. So I think tonight is Miami, and what's the other one that's out right now? Beverly Hills. I think those are on tonight. So we'll have all 3 of those to watch. We'll probably watch those tomorrow night or Friday. Alex is so excited to have, you know, a few days off in a row. He's like, I'm so ready just to relax. So we watched Kardashians, and then we watched the 2 House of Villains. Somebody asked me the other day, they're like, what do you think about that show? Or was it Caroline and I were talking about it? I don't remember. The show is so bad. If it wasn't a show that Alex and I were watching together and I didn't want to find out who won, I would stop watching it. It's bad. The show is, if it gets renewed for another season, I probably won't watch it. Oh, you know what? I wanted to do a video with Caroline today for my TV channel about, because she's always telling me I need to watch Sister Wives, about why she tells me to watch Sister Wives. I thought that'd be a cute video to do over there, but we didn't do that. So anyway, so we watched those last night, and then Alex went to bed, and I listened to the audiobook, finished the first audiobook, then finished that audiobook, and then started the second one. And then I watched The Garden. Was that last night? Yeah, I watched The Garden. And then I watched Below Deck Mediterranean. And what did I start watching? Was that the last thing I watched? Because by that time I might have been tired. I feel like I watched one more thing. Weekly TV shows. Oh, no. Okay, so I finished the book, and then I watched Welcome to Plathville. Because to be honest with you, like when I'm watching the show, I'm real into it. But like if I have a list of like 4 shows, Welcome to Plathville is always the last one that I want to watch. But like when I'm watching it, I'm real into it. So I watched Welcome to Plathville first because I was like, okay, let's get into this first. It was a good episode last night. Sad, but good. And then I was like, why do I have Golden Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise marked off here? See, I make a list and then I like mark them off because they're not on this week. And then I watched The Garden. Oh, did I watch that last night? No, Dragula I watched last night too. And then I watched a Below Deck Mediterranean. I can cross that off now. Which it was really good last night. It was super, super intense. People were like, I want to know what you think about Below Deck Mediterranean. I think it's interesting. Here's what I think about it, but I'll do a video on it on my reality TV channel. I think it's interesting that Natalia, I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't watched it this week, but Natalia, okay, so she and Kyle get into it. That's the end of the last week's episode. Well, that plays out into this week. But then, it's like, they kind of throw, like, Toomey and people kind of throw Kyle under the bus a little bit. And I'm like, you guys have been complaining about Natalia and how Natalia has been, like, getting into everybody's business and stirring up the trouble. And then Captain Sandy goes, Kyle's in the middle of everything. And I'm like, no, that's Natalia. Unless it's in the edit. But I'm like, and what I mean by that is that a lot of times, or often, when you watch reality shows, I said a lot of times, I'm trying to say often and rarely instead of a lot of times and, you know, all these colloquialisms. But anyway, often in reality TV, like they'll show you one thing that happened, but then later in the season you'll be like, why are they acting like that? Well, it's because it was edited out. Like you didn't see part of it. So I'm like, is Kyle really the problem? I mean, do we know? Because up to this point, like, I felt like what he said to Natalia, even though it was a little harsh how he said it, that she was a fake friend, she was always talking about behind people's backs. I detected no lies in what he said. I mean, we all have a breaking point with people that are constantly talking behind our backs and being, you know, crappy friends. So, like, for me, it was interesting that then they want to throw Kyle under the bus and say, oh, Kyle's been the center of all this. And I'm like, and then he just sat there and took it from Captain Sandy and just was like, yeah, I totally get it. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen next week. And like I said, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but it seems pretty clear what's going to happen, you know? I don't know. It just is like, They're all snakes on a train. None of them stand up for anybody. It's like the chef the whole time was like, I feel so bad for Natalia, I feel so bad for Natalia, but he never did anything about it until Captain Sandy called him in there and asked him what he thought. And I thought that was weird. Like, you pull two people and you pull Toomey. Well, I guess because they're the people that are in charge of those areas, but the chefy, like, he doesn't have a lot to do with Natalia. He's not like, I mean, I would have pulled Kyle, Toomey, Jessica, and Natalia and had them have a sit down about what's going on with it. And, you know, anyway, I just got frustrated watching it last night, but it was a good episode. And then I went to bed because I was like, okay, it is late and I need to go to bed. And I wanted to watch so many more shows. I need to get caught up on 90 Day Fiancé. I need to either just stop watching 90 Day Fiancé or I need to get caught up because I think I either have 3 episodes or 4 episodes and then this week's episode. But I think I have 4. Let me see. Yeah, I have 10/29, which I've watched half of that, 11/5, 11/12, and 11/19. Oh, it comes out this Sunday. So I've got to watch those before Sunday or I need to stop because I'm not going to try to catch up on 5 episodes. That's like binge watching a whole season of a show. So maybe if I watch Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yeah, if I watch 1 or 2 of them tonight and then each night watch another one. I think once I start watching it again, I'll be back into it. Now, tonight, Survivor and Amazing Race are on. And then The Housewives will watch. Alex and I watch that together. I don't know. Some of these shows like The Kardashians and House of Villains will be on tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving. Probably. RuPaul's Drag Race UK, RuPaul's Drag Race Canada both come out tomorrow, too. So, yeah. So I went to bed, got up this morning. I was so tired, but I kind of woke up right away. And then Caroline came to get me, and she took me on a hair appointment, and then she did some shopping and some stuff around there while I was at my hair appointment. And then she never met my hairstylist. She's like a really good friend of Alex and I's, really good friend of Alex's, but like I'm friends with her too. And so I said, Caroline, come in here and meet her. And so she came in and she met her, and they were talking about Caroline's hair and stuff like that. And so then after the hair appointment, Caroline and I went to the post office, and then we went to Costco. I thought Costco would be packed today. Now, mind you, we were there at noon, because Caroline's like, I would think that more people would be here early, because I said, well, maybe it's because of the time. And she said, I would think more people would be here earlier, which maybe people were there earlier. I don't know. It was not busy. It was probably one of the least busy times I've been to Costco in a very long time. And so we got stuff at Costco. I showed it in my haul. And then after that, Caroline was so hungry. She was like, can I just get a hot dog at Costco? I go, Caroline, we're going to brunch, like in a half an hour. Like, she's like, I know, but a hot dog looks like... I go, Caroline. She goes, why don't you split a hot dog with me? I go, I'm a vegetarian, Caroline. I'm not splitting a hot dog with you. So she was eating like all these samples. Like at one point, she had like 2 samples in one hand and one in another. And it was like Chex Mix. And then she had like canned corn. What are you doing? She's like shoving it in her mouth. She's like, I'm so hungry. I go, girl, we are literally going to brunch. It's so funny because our friend that works at Patashi, that's our server, she like laughs so hard at Caroline and I. She goes, you guys are literally like brother and sister. She goes, you guys are like, you know each other so well. Because Caroline goes up, she goes, I want something sweet. When we got done eating, I was talking to my friend. And so I was like, I have these Doc Martens that I bought like 3 years ago, these oxblood Doc Martens. The guy convinced me that I should get a smaller size because they would stretch out. I wear like a 10.5, and I think he did that because they were the only size that they had. And so I bought these 9s. I've never been able to get my foot into it. They have hurt. I should have taken them back 2 years ago or something like that. It's been so long at this point. So I'm like throwing all this stuff out and donating all this kind of stuff. She actually, that's my friend that took all this stuff to the donation place. We took the bags. But I said to her, because she has a son that's like late middle school, early high school, and I said, what size shoe does he wear? And she's like, I think he's like a 10.5, 11. And I go, well, he wouldn't fit me. As I said, I have these brand new Doc Marten, and she's kind of like, we graduated the same year in high school. We know a lot of the same people from high school. She used to date one of Caroline's best friends, who is now gay, in high school. Isn't that funny? Anyway, so, who apparently I went to high school with, but he was like 3 or 4 years older than me. and I don't remember this guy at all. I met him like one time and was real nice, but I don't remember him at all. So anyway, I said, I have these brand new, like I've literally put them on like 3 or 4 times and then taken them right off because they don't fit at all. I said, Oxblood, Doc Martens, Oxfords, they're so cute. I said, but I can't wear them. They will not fit on my foot. And I said, I don't know where the receipt is, and it's been so long now, I can't take them back. I said, so I was like asking her if her son or her husband wanted them, and she's like, no, they, like, her husband wears like 11 and a half or something like that, like Alex's size. I mean, they're small. Like for me, like I can't even get my foot in it. They hurt. And I said, well, what size shoe do you wear? Because it would look so cute on her. And I can't remember what she said, but she's like, but I think, and I go, well, they're small even for a 9, they're small. And I said, well, I'm gonna bring them in here and you try them on. I go, if they don't fit you, can you find, because I can find somebody that'll wear them. Because like, they're brand new. They're like $160 shoe, you know? I'm not like just throw them out. I want somebody to be able to enjoy them. And I think because I love them so much, I even more so want somebody to enjoy them, you know? So yeah, I have donated so many clothes at this point. I mean, 16 bags of clothes. And I still have stuff in the basement that I've got to take to her. It's crazy town. So anyway, we went to brunch. We had a really nice brunch. Cafe Patachi was packed today. Oh, this was what I was going to say. So Caroline was like, I'm really still hungry. I want something sweet. And so we were like sitting, they sat us kind of into the back because it was so busy. And so she was like, well, what do they have up there? I said, they have cinnamon sugar scones, which are really good. I said, but you won't like it. And Caroline doesn't like anything pumpkin. And I said, they have pumpkin bread and they have apple cider donuts. She goes, well, that sounds good. I said, the apple cider donuts are fantastic. I said, then they have like chocolate banana bread. And she was like, well, that sounds good too. And I go, Caroline, you're not gonna like any of it except for maybe the apple cider donut. So she went up there and she looked and she's like, I don't know. And so our server, who's our friend, she like brought her apple cider donut to go. She was so sweet because she was like, because Caroline was wanting something sugary and stuff. So anyway, that was my day, and now I'm home and just relaxing and stuff and getting those videos uploaded. My drama videos already uploaded. And then after I get done vlogging here, yeah, I'm done for the day. So put this vlog up and relax, watch some shows. Back in the day, I used to always watch this right before Thanksgiving because it was Caroline and I's like favorite movie in the entire world around, like, that reminded us of our family. And the movie is Home for the Holidays with Holly Hunter. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's fantastic though, right? And so it's about Holly Hunter, and she's like an art curator at a museum, and she's just gone through like a breakup, and she has a single daughter, or she's like a single mom, and her daughter is Claire Danes, who's like, I think like in college at the time or something like that. But Claire Danes isn't coming home with her for Thanksgiving, and she's going to visit her family like in upstate New York. Robert Downey Jr. is her brother who is gay, okay? So he brings this friend with him who they think is his boyfriend, but it's really, and I can't remember who the guy is. It's the guy that played the husband in Steel Magnolias. But he brings him for Holly Hunter to me, right? But she thinks it's his boyfriend, which it's not. And so then there's this crazy aunt that just says like crazy stuff. And then like the mom and dad are like fighting and bickering with each other the whole time. Well, Caroline and I used to say, because there's also Holly Hunter has a sister. Caroline and I used to always say that this was literally our family, right? And that I was like Robert Downey Jr., the gay brother that was coming to visit. And she was Holly Hunter, and that her parents were the mom and dad, and that my mom was the crazy aunt. And Caroline and I used to love this movie. If you've never seen this movie, it's called Home for the Holidays. It's absolutely fantastic. My husband is texting me. I can't read it. He said just now leaving something. Hold on a second. He said just now leaving. So much for leaving earlier. Aww. Sorry, babe. Just vlogging. He's gonna be so excited. So last night I was like, I'm going to Costco, do you need anything? And he said, my husband likes or loves every text I send him, like with the heart. I'm just like, that's not necessary. I feel like I have like 5 people in my life that do that. Just like, you don't need to respond. We don't need to respond. But anyway, there's some people out there that are like, oh, that's so nice that Alex does that. And then there's somebody out there like me that you literally have like 5 or 10 people in your life that like everything you text they love or like, or they say LOL to. And it's like, that's not necessary. We can just end the conversation. You don't have to respond to every text, right? Drives me nuts. So when we were like when Alex was getting ready for bed last night, I said, okay, so I'm gonna go to Costco and Trader Joe's. He doesn't ever want anything from Trader Joe's. I said, I'm going to Costco tomorrow with Caroline. Is there anything that you want? He's, oh, do we need toilet paper? No, I think we've got enough to last like another couple of weeks, toilet paper and paper towels. But I said, is there anything that you want from Costco? And he goes, yeah, I'd really like some Cokes. Can you get me some Cokes? He drinks so much water, but recently he has been drinking Coke. Like, he loves regular Coke. And he goes, like, I might drink like 1, maybe 2 Diet Cokes a night. I mean, sometimes more, but like only if I'm doing like a 7-hour binge of watching TV shows. We can sit there and watch The Housewives, and literally within the span of like 2 hours, he can have like 3 or 4 Cokes. Like, I'm like, what is going on here? Like, you didn't used to drink soda like this. He loves it. So I was buying him these chocolate chip cookies, but he was like, I don't want him in the house because he's trying to lose some weight. And so he's like, I don't want him in the house because if they're in the house, I'll eat them. And I was like, okay, but could you get me some Cokes? I'm like, okay. Which, listen, I drink diet soda, and I know diet soda is worse for you than regular soda. I know that. You don't need to leave that for me in the comment section, but I appreciate it. Thank you. But anyway, that was sarcasm at its best, if you didn't notice. So anyway, he was like, can you bring me some Cokes? And I was like, from Costco? And he was like, yeah, because, you know, so they have these big pallets of Cokes and Diet Cokes. There's 35 Cokes for like $15.99 or 35 Diet Cokes for $15.99. It's a pretty good deal, right? And but they're so heavy, you guys. And so I think like during the lockdown, we each got like 2 or 3 of them. It's like madness. We had so much diet soda and Coke and stuff like that. I still think about that, like that first week. Alex was like, Space in Florida, this club, was doing like yoga during the day, like for 3 hours. He's like, I'm gonna get up every day and do yoga online with Space. Space is doing it on like their YouTube channel or somewhere online. And then I'm gonna do like this Zoom meeting with the, and after one day that was over. We had this thing in our closet or in our bathroom that was like this closet build out for the bathroom closet that he bought during the lockdown. And he was like, I'm going to redo the whole closet. Like, I'm going to reorganize everything. After day 1, it was like binge watching TV shows. He still laughs about it to this day. He's like, I had so many plans and I didn't follow through with any of them. But anyway, I mean, that thing is still up there. He bought it during the lockdown or right before the lockdown to redo the closet. It's still, it's still in the box. Up there. It's been up there for what, 3 or 4 years now at this point? So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so I was like, do you care if I, because I've been getting Diet Cokes at the gas station because it's easier because it's just like a 12 case or a 15 case, right? But you pay like, it's like $12 or $10 or something like that for like a 15 pack. So to get 35, you're saving money, right? I mean, just a couple dollars, but still it's worth it, right? So I was like, do you care if I just get you a case? Because I had to bring all this stuff up. Caroline helps me. I bring it all up, put it on the patio. I mean, I got like probably like 8 packages at the post office today. I couldn't believe it. And they were big packages too. And so I had to bring all that stuff up from her car, all the groceries, all the stuff from Costco and everything. Put it on the front porch. Then take Boo Radley out because he wants to see his Aunt Caroline. Then put Boo Radley back in, get him a treat. Then I have to carry each of the things out. She helps me bring it up here, but then she leaves and I have to take it all inside. So I'm like, I'm going to have to do these 2 big pellets of Coke and stuff like that. So when we were at Costco, Caroline was like going down and get her sparkling water, and I was like, just can you come over here when you're done? She's like, yeah. So she pushed the cart down to me, and she's like, are you gonna get the Cokes here instead of the gas station? I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get them here because he'll get more, and then he'll have more, and I'll have more stuff too. So I got a pallet or a pellet or a pallet of Diet Cokes and a pallet of Cokes. Well, when I came home, I've like completely cleaned out the freezer and I mean, it's not empty, but like the only stuff that's in there is stuff that we're gonna use. I've gotten rid of everything in the freezer that we don't use or is expired, everything in the refrigerator that we don't use or is expired, right? So we have tons of room in both. And so I went through the refrigerator, and on one whole like shelf, on one side is all the Diet Cokes, on the other side are all the Cokes, and I loaded them all in. So he has 35 Cokes in the refrigerator. I know it's corny stuff like that. Oh, and I filled his water tank thing. You know what? I have to put that back in the I have to put that back in the sink before he comes home. But anyway, I hope it'll make him happy, you know, little the water tank being, because he has that pure water tank. This is now my hurry that I have to get off the vlog because I have to put that water tank on, but I'm almost at half an hour anyway, and I can't remember how long I vlogged before, and it's getting kind of cold. So That was the other thing my neighbor was asking me. She was like, how long are you going to, so by the way, watch Home for the Holidays. It's a great movie, especially because it's Thanksgiving at the very end of it. She looks at her brother and she goes, and imagine we have to do this all over again in a month. Caroline and I used to always say that to each other. You know, because like Thanksgiving, Christmas, get it? Okay, so anyway, oh, my neighbor was like, yeah, I've seen you out here pretty late, because, like, she can see through her window right there. And she's like, I've seen you out pretty late. Like, even sometimes, like, when I'm getting up in the morning, I go, yeah, I stay out here quite late. Or I stay out here late quite often, or something like that. And she was like, now, are you going to do that all through the winter? And I was like, as long as I can. Now, everybody was saying that it was supposed to be a really bad winter. Now, she was saying it's El Nino. We're supposed to have El Nino winter. It's supposed to be very soft or something like that. I was like, yeah, I've heard that too, so I don't know. I don't know that I believe in any of that. I think if the snow's going to come, it's going to come. If it's going to be nice, it's going to be nice. It's kind of how it is. So she's like, how long do you plan to stay out here? I go, I mean, I'm inside all day long, so unless I'm out here, like, even if it's cold, I mean, even in January, February, if I can come out here with a heater or my heating vest, I'll do it, just to get, like, some air and exposure to the world, you know? And she's like, oh, I totally get it. So I said, you know, I mean, we're almost at December, so we got December, January, February, March, and then April would be nice again. So I've only got to make it through 4 months. I mean, I can do that, right? And I'm also going to start trying to walk next week. I got these meals, these vegetarian and vegan meals at Trader Joe's. I'm going to start eating next week instead of like getting food delivered and like DoorDashed and stuff like that. And, you know, listen, I went through that whole thing with DoorDash. None of them services are better than the other, and most of the complaints come from the restaurant. But I'm tired of spending a lot of money on food, having it delivered, and it not being the way that I want it to be. And so I'm like, even if these are processed meals, they're healthier for me, and then try to get out and be active and walk 3 or 4 days a week, and maybe start lifting weights. So that's my plan for next week. But anyway, I've got a minute left until it goes to the 30-minute mark, so I am going to get off here now, and I'm going to listen to a little bit of my cozy mystery, watch some 90 Day Fiance, watch a little Home is Where the Heart Is with Holly Hunter, love it so much, Robert Downey Jr., and then I'm going to go to bed early, because we have to be over at Alex's aunt's house, I think by noon tomorrow, which means I've got to get up about 10, which doesn't sound early to most of you out there, but that's early to me. So, whatever you guys are doing tomorrow, if you're spending, you know, the day with your family, or if you're spending the day with friends or whatever, if you live somewhere else out in the United States and you don't have tomorrow off, I hope your day at work is good. If you're here and you have tomorrow off, then I hope it's good. If you have to work tomorrow, I feel for you, and I hope that you get to enjoy some of your day tomorrow. And I will be back on Friday. I am not going to film any videos for tomorrow on any of my channels, and just relax and whatever, and then come back on Friday. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you then. Bye.